Live from News 7 KWWL, we've got you covered. This is KWWL News at 10.
Now at 10, how one 9-year-old is raising thousands to be a hero to someone special.
Also today, the very first full day after a mask mandate is issued in one area city. We'll tell you how it's being enforced tonight here at 10. And now a trial date is set for the woman accused in the hit-and-run death of an area 14-year-old boy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Abby Turpin.
And I'm Ron Steele. Thank you so much for joining us here live tonight, right here at 10 o'clock. Abby?
Our top story tonight, Wednesday was the first full day of a mask mandate in Iowa City. Masks are required at all indoor businesses and also outside when social distancing is not possible.
That indeed is the case tonight. And Iowa City Mayor Bruce Teague signed that proclamation just yesterday, citing Iowa's municipal home rule statute in our state. Tonight, KWWL Iowa City area reporter Travis Breeze tells us how it's going to be policed.
Ron and Abby, while the city attorney has agreed to enforce this order, police say they will not be dropping by unannounced to do compliance checks and do plan on educating people first. While at least half of the businesses in Iowa City had been asking customers to wear a mask before Tuesday, owners saw a lot more masks today.
There's been a huge increase of everyone coming in. Hasn't been a lot of discrepancy about anything, I would say.
You have to be masked when you enter a restaurant or get up to use the restroom. But it's not necessary at the table, which will take some practice.
Once they get inside here, it's like, you know, that you feel at home, you know, finally getting out of the quarantine, you know, you can be with your friends and family, but you just got to remember the facts.
At indoor gyms, they are also only required when you walk in and can be removed when working out. The owner of the gym on the Ped Mall says it's made the place safer. The penalty for disobeying is a misdemeanor, but police will be lenient and have disposable masks to hand out. The Johnson County Board of Supervisors will be voting on a county-wide mask mandate tomorrow morning. However, that one does not have the force of law. I've explained that on our website. You can go check that out on KWWL.com. Reporting live in Iowa City, Travis Breeze, News 7, KWWL.
All right, Travis, thanks a lot. Iowa City certainly not alone. Remember, the city of Coralville also adopted its mask ordinance last week. But there in Coralville, the mayor pro tem tells us it's only a strong recommendation at this point.
Right now, let's go ahead and turn to a first check of our forecast as we take a live look outside across the Mississippi at downtown Dubuque. A beautiful, quiet night in eastern Iowa. And here's Storm Track 7 Chief Meteorologist Mark Schnackenberg.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out there. Clear sky across the region. The wind is light. The humidity level low. Temperatures are heading down into the 50s by morning. Enjoy it. We've got some hot and humid weather back in the picture here by the weekend. Look at that. 63 in Decorah, 66 in Dubuque, 68 in Waterloo, 73 in Iowa City. Not much wind out there right now, and really even into the day tomorrow, the wind is going to be light, about 5, maybe 10 miles an hour out of the east and southeasterly direction. Clear sky across the region. We had a few clouds across northern Iowa. Those are no longer. And as we head towards Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's when the heat will be on. That's going to be your hot and humid days. Highs will be, or at least the heat index will be in the upper 90s on Friday, near 100 on Saturday, and in the low 100s on Sunday. Those will be the 3 hottest days of the next 10. And we'll talk about what cools down the heat and humidity in your Storm Track 7 forecast.
A woman charged in the 2018 death of a teenager in rural Fayette County is now set to go on trial in October. The jury trial is set to begin on October 14th for Kelly Jo Michael. She is charged with homicide by vehicle, reckless driving, and leaving the scene of a deadly accident in connection to the death of Caden Essling. 14-year-old Essling was driving a moped south along Highway 150 when he was hit by a vehicle. He died at the scene. Meanwhile, Waverly Shell Rock officials are confirming it was students who directed racist comments at a Charles City baseball player.
Now, that acknowledgement coming from the school district on a post on the Facebook page of the Waverly Shell Rock Community School District. Now, the district says they are taking appropriate measures in response to what happened in the incident, which happened back during a ball game in Waverly on June 27th between the Go Hawks and the Charles City Comets. Now, the player for Charles City, Jeremiah Chapman, said that fans were screaming things at him, racist comments like "get back to the fields." The Charles City Community School District also has released a new statement saying, in part, "We are eager to see a clear action plan on the part of the involved school district to accept responsibility and ensure students can be kept safe from bigoted and inappropriate behaviors." Now, in that statement, the Charles City Community School District also said it is evaluating whether or not to even remain in the Northeast Iowa Conference. The school district has also asked for a one-year penalty-free moratorium for refusing to play Waverly Shell Rock during the upcoming academic year. The Charles City leadership team says if these expectations are not met, they will pursue perhaps new partnerships with another conference. Now, for the full statement from both of those school districts, the investigation and other details are all available for you right now on KWWL.com.
The Iowa City Council has released information about its Truth and Reconciliation Commission Tuesday night. Protesters from last month demanded that a group form to lead equity reforms that the council committed to. People called into Tuesday's virtual meeting said it should be a space for people to share stories of discrimination. The council will officially approve it soon.
Even though I know it seemed like government goes slow, but I would rather go slow and get it right than to go fast and do something that we're going to retract.
The council also agreed the commission should lead community-wide teachings about things like the abolitionist movement involving business owners and the University of Iowa. Now to continuing coverage, and the state's positive COVID-19 case total is now over 40,000 people. 812 Iowans have now died from the coronavirus. More than 28,000 have already recovered. There are currently 224 patients in the hospital, and that includes 33 admitted in the last 24 hours. 71 are in the ICU. Now looking at some of our eastern Iowa county numbers, Blackhawk County added 14 new cases since this time yesterday. Lynn County added 38. Johnson County has 23 new cases, and there are 39 new cases in Dubuque County. Now, the governor's office says concerns with the quality and safety of coronavirus testing at the Dubuque Test Iowa Clinic is what prompted the state to sharply reduce its operations. They will send 2,000 additional kits to Dubuque County to make additional testing available to residents at other area clinics to help fill that gap.
Tonight here live at 10 o'clock, let's move on to a KWWL special report. You know, certainly we can say that we all have heroes in our lives who positively affected us in many, many ways. One 9-year-old Waterloo native wants to be that hero for someone special. By raising thousands of dollars for Make-A-Wish Iowa, he plans to grant a wish for an Iowan. And KWWL reporter Vinnie Lowry has tonight's story.
You could say 9-year-old Liam Winninger is a living example of a hero. What started out as a simple father and son kayaking trip down the Cedar River turned into a nearly 20-day trip, all trying to raise money for Make-A-Wish Iowa.
If you're thinking about an adventure, don't wait.
A kayak and supplies loaded out of a van. A father-son duo prepares to continue their journey down the Cedar River. Meet Liam and his father, Ben Winninger. This is something brand new for both of them. Originally, the plan was to kayak the Cedar River from start to finish.
Chatting it up one day when we were just hanging out at the house, what would it be like to go all the way down the Cedar River? That'd be pretty cool.
Liam saw this as an opportunity to give back.
My goal is to give a sick kid a wish.
He did all this himself, started searching, kind of landed on Make-A-Wish, and he thought, gosh, wouldn't it be cool to make a wish?
To prepare for the long journey, they packed the necessities.
We had those kayaks loaded down with tents and, all that cooking gear and the food and the water.
With life jackets in hand, a journey down the river brought them closer to granting a wish. But the work was cut out for them. To kayak nearly 340 miles of river started them out in southern Minnesota. The Winningers, though, are no strangers to life on the water.
We're sailors, and every year we do a big trip in January. This year we sailed from Belize to Guatemala.
Battling tough whitecaps in the Gulf of Mexico would be considered easier than kayaking the Cedar River.
This is definitely far more challenging.
I can hook up to Daddy, and he will pull me for a little bit. All I have to say is engage autopilot.
There's lots of support behind Liam's goal. There's even a pit crew making sure supplies and the kayaks are flowing smooth.
Fortunately, we've got a great pit crew. His little sisters and his mommy, they've been awesome, meeting us at each dam to help us portage around.
Liam first raised $2,500, making him the youngest Wish hero in Iowa. With donations flooding in, he's since then doubled that amount.
To grant a wish in Iowa, it's a little over $13,000. If we could make something like that and make a whole wish come true, that would be pretty tremendous.
Many have been keeping up with the father-son adventure through Facebook. Liam receiving encouragement from other kids in Iowa.
A lot of kids have donated to us and his cause and then gotten in touch with him on Facebook.
It's really cool that I want to help another kid do something really cool.
After many selfies and nights under the stars, Liam and Ben completed their journey, ending up on the Mississippi River.
Sad it's over. Happy it's over.
And happy it's over, yeah.
Ben's so proud of his son. Liam reminds kids heroes don't need to wear capes, but sometimes just paddling a kayak.
Get out and do it, you know, especially with your kids. You know, you only get your kids for so long in your house, and you just gotta get in there and do things like that.
The duo now is at home and waiting for what's next. Make-A-Wish Iowa has given them until the end of July to reach their goal of $10,000. In Waterloo, Vinny Lowry, News 7 KWWL.
Hey, Vinny, thanks. Congratulations to the Winningers. That's fantastic. Now, Make-A-Wish Iowa's interim president and CEO, that's Rachel Reams. She commented on Liam's journey, saying, "We have been so inspired by Liam's fundraising efforts as Iowa's youngest Wish hero." She went on to say this year, demand for wishes is even greater. Now, Liam's efforts will help ensure that no eligible Wish child has to wait for their wish to be granted, once, of course, it's safe to do so with the pandemic continuing. You, by the way, at home, you can still help Liam reach his goal. He has a little ways to go. Obviously, he's doing a fantastic job already. So we have the link where donations can be made. Of course, it's always on our website on KWWL.com. Let's make sure they make that goal soon for Make-A-Wish Iowa. Well, coming up, a thunder salute to an area city paying tribute to a beloved veteran in Blackhawk County. We'll talk about what happened tonight for Kevin Dill. That's coming up. Great tribute to Kevin.
Well, if you were near West High in Waterloo tonight, that was not a rumbling thunderstorm that you heard, but rather a thunder salute.
That's right, Abby. In fact, hundreds turned out to pay a special tribute tonight to a beloved veteran in Blackhawk County. And KWWL reporter Taylor Vessel captures some of the sights and sounds as so many tonight paid tribute to Kevin Dill.
I mean, I know you say it is, but it's really not about me.
Kevin Dill has been around for the veteran community ever since I got back here from Afghanistan and really helped me out.
All these people out here just reminded me of why I took the job as the VA director.
Well, we come together for each other, and Kevin, you know, he's moving on because of health issues.
Lewy body dementia it's progressing faster than I'd want it to. I'm sure God has a plan somewhere in this.
Kevin has been.
It's just showing he's a fighter. I mean, he stuck in it as long as he could.
I miss going in every day and taking care of people. I miss it very much. It's hard. It's just hard.
This man has made the lives of 9,000 veterans better.
Yeah, I miss it, and I'll always miss it. And I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. According to the doctors, it's 5 years, but hopefully it'll be longer than that. I miss taking care of the veterans, and I hope that everyone develops that passion for veterans, because without them, we have nothing.
It's an honor to know you and to call you friend. You will be missed by all of your friends. Thank you.
Of course, Kevin is the former director of the Blackhawk County Veterans Affairs Office here. He had to retire, of course, because of his Lewy body dementia. I'm going to have him on the Steel Report this Sunday. It's kind of related to his retirement, but it's something else that he's doing here to help other people. He'll be moving to Iowa City soon to be close to his family, and he'll be continuing his treatment at the Veterans Administration Hospital there in Johnson County. He says for anyone who didn't make it out tonight, he wants to show their gratitude. Simply be helping a veteran anytime you can. That was coming from Kevin, because he's done so much to help our area veterans. We wish him the very best.
It was Going to turn now to our full forecast. We'll send things to Chief Meteorologist Mark Schnackenberg.
Beautiful day out there, lots of sunshine, comfortable humidity level and temperatures. And here's a time lapse of these time lapses. As you see the clouds roll on through, and there's a lot of sunshine there. Just amazing how, just watch this and watch the clouds roll on through the picture. It's like sitting back on the grass and watching the clouds move, just sort of a little faster in time though. This runs through the afternoon hours as temperatures were in the low 80s out of Coralville. Wind out of the west about, say, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Just a beautiful afternoon and evening out there. As for high temperatures for the day today, we were in the 70s and 80s. Normal high this time of year is now starting to go down. The highest, our normal high is 85. Now we're down to 84. So the average high temperature trend is going to be a little cooler now as we head through the next several weeks and months. As for our temperature for Decorah, 73, 83 in Iowa City for the high temperature of the day today. Tonight, clear and comfortable. Tomorrow, sunshine, hot and humid here as we head into the day on Friday. As for conditions right now, we had a little bit of cloud cover across parts of northeast Iowa, but that is now gone, and we have a clear sky overhead. If you missed a chance to see the space station earlier this evening, got one more shot, 1043. If you're up this late, might as well stay up to 1043, right? 2 minutes. It'll be in the northern sky, looking pretty much north. You'll be able to see that move across the sky. In addition to that, you may still be able to see Comet Neowise. It's out there faintly, but you should be able to see it. Binoculars will be best, and stay away from any of the city lights. Should be able to see that just below the Big Dipper there in the northwestern sky. Temperatures are pretty comfortable if you're heading out there. 61 in Decorah, 63 Monticello, 73 in Iowa City. Washington reports it at 68. Humidity, dew point numbers. Look at this, nice and comfortable. 50s and low 60s. They'll come up just a little bit here tomorrow. Still not too bad in the mid 60s, but then as we get into Friday and Saturday, it's going to be in that uncomfortable to awful range. And then you tack on the temperatures, and it's going to get pretty warm around here. Heat index on Saturday near 100 and 103 as we head into the day on Sunday. So here's the upper level flow that we have, this big ridge of high pressure, and that's providing us with the nice weather around here as we head through the end of the week into the upcoming weekend, but also providing us with the heat around here for Friday and Saturday. There's an area of low pressure here that eventually will start to push on in and push a lot of that heat away, and it'll pull in some of this cooler air as we get into the early part of next week. And as it does so, we'll see temperatures back to more seasonable readings with temperatures in the middle 80s. But until then, it's going to get pretty hot around here. Here's your city-by-city forecast showing temperatures increasing each day, approaching 90 degrees or into the 90s as we head towards Saturday. And dry conditions here for Saturday. Sunday, there's a chance, again, of a shower or thunderstorm into Monday. That's that area of low pressure that I showed you. That'll cool things down just a little bit. And back to temperatures in the lower to middle 80s for much of next week. Mainly dry skies. Overnight low temperatures for the upcoming weekend. Very humid, so overnight lows will be in the 70s. Not so humid, with overnight lows in the low to mid 60s for much of next week.
Mark, thanks a lot. Coming up next, extra innings tonight. South Tama and Benton Community looking to push their way to the 3A state tournament. And a tough challenge in number 8 Cedar Rapids Kennedy stood between Cedar Falls and their first state title bid in 31 years going to state. Mark Woodley fills us in.
Now, KWWL Sports.
Well, tonight, the Cedar Falls Tigers look to punch their ticket to the 4A state tournament. On Monday, the Tigers knocked off Western Dubuque for their first win in more than 3 weeks. But due to the coronavirus, it was actually the only game they played in those 3 weeks. Well, tonight, they'd have to get through 8th-ranked Cedar Rapids Kennedy to reach the tournament for the first time in 31 years. The Tigers, Brody Bartlett starts it off, driving in the first run of the ball game with that base hit into the left. Max Steinlage scores to give Cedar Falls a 1-0 lead. Later in the first, Jaden Kramer singles into left field. 2 more Tigers score. Cedar Falls with 5 runs in the top of the first inning to take a commanding lead, and they added 2 more runs in the 4th. Gage Flancha chops a base hit past the Cougars' third baseman. Cedar Falls extends the lead to 7-0, and the Tigers hang on for a 7-4 victory to make their first trip to state since 1989. Well, in other 4A games tonight, Dubuque Hempstead continues a big season as the 3rd-ranked Mustangs get by Cedar Rapids Prairie, while City High wins a nail-biter to take down Linmar 4-3 and punch their ticket to Des Moines. Well, South Tama just 7-16 on the year, looking to continue their Cinderella run at Benton Community. Benton coming off a big win against number 5 Xavier and threatening with the bases loaded in the third. But check out Gavin Jimenez robbing Jack McGovern of a base hit. South Tama gets out of a big jam, and they finally broke up a scoreless tie in the 5th. Matt Weiss with a base hit up the middle. That scores Jacob Collison. Trojans take the first lead 1-0. Next batter is Mickey Wanity, and Wanity lays into that one deep to left fielder. And fielder gives chase, but that's gone. And 3-run shot made it 4-0 South Tama. But Benton breaks through in the bottom half. Runner on first is Cade Timmerman, drives a deep shot into center. Ian Rupp comes all the way around to score, and the Bobcats came back to force extra innings, and they rally for a 6-5 win in 9 innings. Now, while the Trojans fell short of the upset tonight, Clear Creek Amana certainly did not. The Clippers take down number 1 Davenport Assumption 12-3, while Marion makes it 3 out of the Walmart Conference as they took out third-ranked Central DeWitt. How about that? Well, no shocker here. Iowa's Keith Duncan has been named to the watch list for the Lou Groza Award, which, of course, is given to the top kicker in college football. Duncan very nearly won that award last year after leading the nation with 29 made field goals, which was an Iowa and Big Ten record. Well, so far the senior has already been named to a pair of preseason All-American lists. And former Hawkeye Michael Ojemudia has agreed to his rookie contract with the Denver Broncos, where he's joining former teammates Josie Jewell and Noah Fant. Now, the Broncos took Ojemudia in the 3rd round of this year's draft. The defensive back had 52 tackles and 3 interceptions in his final season with the Hawks. Stick around. We'll be right back.
All right, Mark, a final check of our forecast.
Looking like another nice day here tomorrow, just a little bit warmer. It's going to be Friday and Saturday into Sunday where it's going to be hot and humid. We break that heat and humidity here with a few showers and storms and then some pretty comfortable weather here for much of next week.
Well, since it's only Thursday tomorrow, I'm not going to worry about Saturday or Sunday for a while, okay?
Sure.
All right, thanks to all of you for watching here tonight on the KWWL News Live at 10 o'clock. Be careful out there.